You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White Sports fans, Shannon Sharpe. Everyone knows he has been relieved of his duties at ESPN, even though he's actually saying that he's going to be back for the NFL preseason. I'm not so sure about that. Okay? I believe the higher-ups at ESPN told Shannon Sharpe, you're done. You need to go away. Now, Shannon Sharpe's ex-girlfriend, Michelle Evans, she is giving a bombshell interview, folks. Rhodes sent me this clip here, but I believe I found the full clip. It's like 9 minutes, man. We must react to that clip because if what she says is true, Shannon Sharpe will never, ever, ever work in corporate media again. I mean, guys, it's bigger than just the allegations, it seems. According to her, she didn't go to the police because Shannon Sharpe pretty much owned the police department. Yeah, he knew some people in the Atlanta Police Department, and she even mentions, man, that Atlanta is corrupt. We know that right there. But folks, we must actually get into this, man, because this is not good whatsoever for Shannon Sharpe. They dated for like 10 years. She was actually a reporter, and she met Shannon Sharpe, I believe, in the locker room. They were dating for like 10 years. Okay? So let's go ahead, guys, and get into this. Right over here. She has an interview with The Sun right here. So let's go ahead, guys, and listen to this. Here we go.
It was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand.
Yeah, right here it says Shannon Sharpe's ex Michelle Evans sued him in 2023, claiming he raped her during their relationship. The suit came to light again last month after Sharpe was sued for $50 million by a second woman who also claims he raped her. Sharpe has denied all the claims in both lawsuits. And we know the other girl is like a 21-year-old OnlyFans girl. Yeah, so let's continue.
We met in actually the press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And, but we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at the same time. We didn't go together. We just happened to both be there. And so he started talking to me and started pursuing me pretty heavily from then on. I resisted for a while because, I was a reporter and I didn't want to mix the two. But he's very charming.
It says viewers may find the detailed content of the rest of the interview triggering.
We dated until the 2010 incident. And then it came to abrupt end because I wanted, we were arguing and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but I didn't see him again after he raped me.
What led up to that fight, that 2010 fight that you guys, I know that the argument ensued first before he allegedly raped you?
The argument was about the fact that he had removed one girl from his house and put another girl in his house. And didn't tell me.
Wait a minute. So he had another woman also as well. Interesting.
And he had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did.
Okay, so she was dating another man too at the same time as well.
And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle. So I had said no. And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so it was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got dressed and he knew what he did. And so, I just kind of escorted him out the door. And then I wasn't going to do anything about it. Sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to realize that they're being the perpetrator, even though you know it, you don't want to admit it, and there's so much going through your mind. But then he started coming at me. If I tell anybody, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically.
Wow. So she's saying that Shannon kept coming after her to make her remain quiet.
Basically has. And then he started making other threats against my life, threats, he just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept, just very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away, and he said he was going to destroy me, and he was going to kill me, and he told me he was watching me, and
wow. You know what just came to my mind, folks? Now that she mentioned that, O.J. Simpson. I mean, based on this, man, Shannon Sharpe has entered O.J. Simpson territory before the murders.
I just went and got a protective order. I'd had enough. And unfortunately, shortly after, he doxed me and my address got out, and I had somebody stop by my apartment, which had a door that led right to the side. It was basically on the sidewalk. And somebody came up to my door and said, "Shut up," screamed it at the top of their lungs. And I had my daughter in there right there. And I was like, oh, no. And so I went in and I dropped it, because also at my house, not my apartment, my house, at my house, somebody came to my house and sat out front of, in the driveway while my daughter was there alone. Someone came to my house, someone came to my apartment, and after my daughter called me, that's when I went straight there.
So after you rescinded the restraining order, was there any other weird stuff, or did it kind of just die down?
It died down. I tried to move on with my life. We may have talked, I think, once or twice. But then he started going on television. He came to my job, Turner Broadcasting, went on TV at CNN, and it was my job to put the videos from up to YouTube for CNN. That was part of my job. So I'm putting up this video, and here I see Shannon at my job talking about domestic violence, and the co-host mentioned that, oh, you had one that was just totally dropped, made it look like the police dropped it, not that I had gone down and withdrawn it. It created a picture that wasn't accurate. And that was a very hostile work environment.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little like sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say.
Watch this.
But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. Atlanta has a problem with corruption down there. And I was too scared to go to the police.
Wow. She said it, guys. She was too terrified to go to the police because she couldn't even trust the police because Shannon knows a lot of cops, according to him.
Because when this happens, you're in a trauma mindset. You're not in a, every day you and I are talking here like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should do that. No, you're like fear for your life. You're traumatized. You're not thinking straight. You're having anxiety and panic attacks. And I was worried that he would, get a hold of this police officer, and who knows what would happen. And so it was just a decision, and it's a decision a lot of rape victims make, to not go to the police. They always say the woman is crazy. Hey, I might be at this point after everything I've dealt with. But back then, no. Definitely not crazy. And to see him paint me the way that he did, first off, I'm not somebody crawling out of the woodwork to talk about my connection with him like he insinuated in his statement. I've been out. I've been suing him.
What's your message to his latest accuser who's been doxing? What would you say to her if you can send a message to her?
I pray for you. I have been there. I've been dealing with this for 15 years, so I know what you're going through.
Yeah, so you guys saw that right there, man. This is not a good look for Shannon Sharpe, man. If any of this stuff is true, man, Shannon is done in corporate sports media. He probably already is. I mean, ESPN just told him to hit the road. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Shannon got fired from CBS. And then that's when Skip Bayless brought him over to FS1. And now we saw how things worked out at FS1. They have their own set scandal over there as well. Not ESPN. Pretty much just let Shannon Sharpe go. Yeah, Shannon, of course, he has his own thing, Club Shay Shay, nightcap. He's going to be all right. But when it comes to corporate media, I think he's done. I think he is done, folks. I mean, if any of this stuff is true, just these allegations, and these allegations have been around for a while, but now it's really come to light because of the latest stuff Shannon's actually going through. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.